Well, hello, Stampers. It's the Pampered Stamper. I'm just checking my volume. Happy Thursday to you. It is time for prime time or the exclusive video for my video buffs, my creative queens, and my creative business builders on YouTube. A warm welcome to you. I have a fun card for you today. You know, sometimes you get so busy with your own work that you feel like you're living under a rock. And then I saw this cool card and I thought, oh, I've never made that kind before. Maybe my people will like it. So I did it and take a look. It is called a circle flip, I think a circle flip fun fold card. And it's just really cool. So it doesn't twirl on a string, it's attached on the mechanism underneath, but it's really cool. I'm not sure if the card, yeah, the card almost lays flat, not quite. Not that it has to, but it's just really fun. And the paper does most of the work. So I just thought I would show it to you first, and then I want to make the best of my paper. I am actually using cinnamon cider because that's the only 8.5 by 11 paper I have here in Europe, and I haven't had time to figure it out in centimeters. So I would advise using pecan pie, but if you still have some cinnamon cider left at home, absolutely use it. It's a great color. We are going to be using the two largest stitch circle dies from the Stylish Shapes dies. One is going to be done in white, and then let me see. I thought I had grabbed my punch. I did not. I'm using the 2 3/8 inch circle punch, and then this is the paper. This paper is from the Sentimental Christmas paper, and it is the paper, see, for each Sentimental Christmas Sweet Collection or Sentimental Christmas Designer Series paper you buy, will donate €3 or £2.50 or $4 US or Canadian, I think, for to support children's literacy. So that's pretty cool. I remember as kids we would always get a book for Christmas from the church, and it was so exciting. So I want those two deer in my punch. So I take my 3/8 inch circle punch, and then if I do it like this, I get both the deer and that little bird. And it's just exactly the way I want it. There. So there's our little circle. So we're going to start the card a little backwards, and I'm going to, what I love about this, the 2 3/8 inch circle punch fits perfectly inside that stitched die. I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see it. It's really special. I love it when products really work well together. Isn't that cool? Yeah. So it just gives such a nice little touch. Oh, that was a die. Okay. And it's actually a die that we're going to use. It's right here. This is the die from Peaceful Season. Everything's happening at once. There. So we'll just put this out of the way. And now I can take my leftover piece and cut it. And you know, originally I had said 4 inches by, maybe we'll still do that. Yeah, maybe we'll still do that. 4 inches by 5 1/4. So I'm going to take this. This is what I have left over. So I'm going to cut it on this side, although I think it will fit here as well. Let's get my paper trimmer. Oh, I have so many piles that are just waiting to fall over. That is not a good thing. So let's just put this on here and see if this is 5 1/4. I should find my ruler. My ruler will tell me even more quickly. I'm surprised that Stampin' Up! Doesn't sell a ruler, but probably because, oh yeah, see, that will fit. 5 1/4. Okay, so we're just going to cut this at 4 inches. Get all my little pieces out of the way. So 4 inches. Make sure your paper's tight up to the top. There. And now, see, because this is the other side. This is what I want. And we want that at 5 1/4. And now here comes a little bit of a tricky part. Okay? Not super tricky, but this is going to lay on here, and I'm not going to glue it on. So I'm going to hold it on and make sure it doesn't slide around when I put it through the die cutting machine. Because I want to cut a hole in here, this circle, but I don't want this paper stuck to my brown circle because I want my brown circle unadorned, see? So I'm not going to glue it. I'm just going to hold on to it. I could put a little dab of glue on the four corners, but then I have to peel it off again. So I just find that if I hold it on here, I'll just make sure that the paper is right, and then I'll run it through this way, through my die cutting machine. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so let's take a look. I think it stayed perfectly straight. And now here we go. See, so we'll peel this, just go like that because they're kind of stuck together. You can use this for something else, and this is what we're going to keep. And now, okay, press back. So now we're going to glue this piece onto the card front. And then we're going to create the mechanism for the inside. Now, I'm making it differently than the example that I saw online. The example I saw online said to use a 5" by 8", and I'm going to do 5 1/4 because I don't understand why it needs to be just 5. I'd like to have a bigger piece. I don't see why it needs to be smaller. So we have that, and now we'll just fold it in half there. And we'll just lay this aside. We don't need it. What we can do before we make the inside part is we're just gonna glue this on here, and then we have our beautiful focal point. It's so pretty. I love using pretty pattern paper. Of course, you can stamp your images in color too, but we have beautiful paper. Why not use it? There. And the fact that Stampin' Up! Is donating money, that's great too. They're very good. The company is good at paying it forward and being a good Earth citizen. I like that. Okay, so that's going to move out of the way. Now I've got a piece of white. I said to use a thick basic white, but I am going to try just using a regular white, and then we'll see. I'll let you know if I think afterwards whether it needs to be the thick or not. So we want it to be 5 1/2, 5 1/4, sorry. 5 1/4 by 8. This is a great little piece to save for your sentiments. I've got so much stuff here. I just didn't take the time to clear my whole desk. I just really wanted to make this with you. So now let's get it to 8 inches. There. And now we're going to score at 2 1/2. And make sure you don't cut. The gray thing, 2 1/2, 4 1/2, and 6. There we go. Okay. It feels all wrong, but it's not. Is it wrong? No. The first time I did this too, I thought, oh, that's wrong because this side, these are different, but it's okay. It all makes sense. So now we're going to turn it around because this is the piece, the biggest piece is the part that you're going to stamp on. And the stamp we're going to use is this one. And it comes from Shepherd's Care. So it's the first time I'm using this, believe it or not. No, oh yeah, it's right here. Shepherd's Care. Praying that you will feel the good shepherd's care in this season and throughout the coming year. And then this is going to look great on the envelope, I think. And then on the front, I'm going to do Peace on Earth. I'm excited to use this stamp. Maybe next Wednesday for my stamping through my stash. You know what? I have a stamp on the block already, so I want to use that first. I'm mixing things up a little bit. This is the die, so if I stamp it a little bit higher on here, the front one I'm going to stamp in Blueberry Bushel because there is some of that color in the paper. I know it's an odd color for Christmas. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a little bit crooked. I'm hoping that that will still fit. Yeah, okay. Now we're going to clean the stamp and then we'll put the other one on. I have my chamois just sitting in a bag that my scalloped craft treat boxes came in. This is the chamois that comes with the glass plate. It's quite wonderful. It's nice to have two. I also have the Simply Chamois that I keep in an empty clear stamp case. Okay, so this comes off and this one goes on. And then I thought for the inside of the card I'd use a different color, and that is shaded spruce. I'm looking now. Oh, there it is. And right here, that will remind me of what goes where. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. Isn't that beautiful? And then you hold on, pull forward, flip back. Make sure you give it a good press. Okay, now, bone folder to the rescue. I have a special bone folder. Look at this. I got this from my dear friend Natalie. And this is where the Stampin' Up! Pens came in, and she just saved it. That was so clever. She saved the packaging so that she could put the bone folder in. And then she had the bone folder engraved by her friend. Isn't that so sweet? So I'm feeling very grateful. And now we're going to do this. We're going to fold this back. So that's going to go like so. This. And then like so. Because this part is going to form the little boxy part that's going to have the, see, so this is going to go in like so. And then when it folds shut, the circle is attached to here. So that's all there is to it. So, and I never watched a video, so I'm not sure. I put this piece down first and just went like so. And if I do that, then it should lay flat. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to fold it flat like that and then go close to the edge. And I think because this is, maybe that was why they did 5 inches, so that this would be the same on both sides. Anyway, doesn't matter. Before I do that, you can leave it plain, but you can also put pieces of pattern paper there. And I did do that. So let's do that. We need a piece that's 1 1/4 by 5 and 1 3/4 by 5. And then I use the same paper that is on there. So let's get that out again. 1 1/4 by 5 and 1 3/4 by 5. So here we go. I'm going to go to 5. And we're going to do 1 1/4 and 1 3/4. This one's kind of, well, let me see. The 1 1/4 part is not going to be hidden. So we're going to do this one. I was just trying to get the most deer for my buck. And then 1 3/4. Okay. Perfect. So now, let's see. Oh yeah, so this is the piece that's going to be glued, so we don't need anything there. And then this wide piece is going to go in here. And the skinny piece is going to go here. All right. Little adhesive. Trick is don't use too much because you don't want it oozing. But you want enough to make it strong. Okay. I like this fancy fold because it's fancy, but it's not difficult. So that checks all the boxes in my life. I like something that looks cool, but I don't want to be stressed doing it. And the trick with the fancy fold too is just the teaching ability, or the way people describe it can really make a difference as to your success rate. So I try to teach in a way that is clear and understandable. There. And so for these pieces, I'm just making sure that they're even at the top. And so now we're going to take this and we're going to do this. And we want to make sure that this white piece is right up to the edge. Oh, just a second. See, I'm not being clear, am I? Let me get the other one. I apologize already. It's important to see. Okay, so this piece is going to go on, and when it closes, oh, you know what? I was right. I was right. Okay. I'm just not going to glue this piece down. I just want it there. So we're just going to put the adhesive on the back of this one. So that's under where the words are. That's where you're putting your adhesive, nowhere else. That's really important. But we're going to keep it folded the way we had for a guide. Okay, so here we go. And that edge is going to be right up against the crease. And now, see, now it's going to go like so. Oh, sorry, I'm not in the picture. So what I did was when I put this down, I made sure that this piece was right up against the crease. But the glue is only under here. So now we're going to do this. We're going to close it. And this is going to get closed. And you only want the adhesive on the back of this part. So I'm even going to just draw a little line here. Let's see, till about here. So I'm just going to be cautious and go to there. Okay, so that's where the adhesive is going to go. And you know what? I think I even went too far. We're not going to go that far. Okay, I shouldn't have made that mark. We're going to put them here. And I went a little bit too high up here. That wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. So you don't want your adhesive going higher than, I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay. Now we're going to close this. And now the circle part, see, I'm going to find our circle. The circle is going to go right in here, and it's only going to be attached on this part, not on the white, okay? So now we add adhesive right here. And then we're going to lay this in. You want your deer sitting up straight. You don't want them going crooked. You want that in the hole. And then while that sits there, we want it to dry. I'm just going to lay the punch on top. Now we're going to take the piece on earth and we're going to run it through the die cutting machine. If you're worried that your thing is going to move, then you can add a little piece of washi tape or painter's tape. So here I have my well-worn plate. Always make sure that your dies go through lengthwise because then they spend more time under the roller. They'll cut and they'll emboss better. So now I'm lining up my edge of my die with the bottom of the words so that it's straight. I'm looking to make sure there's enough space on either side of the word. And then taking some of this sparkly washi tape, which I was excited to get for Halloween one year. And you know how many Halloween cards I've made? 0. But it does bring me some joy to see the sparkles there, see? And I'm pretty sure that Anna has also played with these there. So now, like so, and then we're going to put a second plate over top and we're going to run it through, okay? Okay, so I've run it through Let's have a look. There is the washi tape. Peel it off gently. I'm not using that white anymore, but I just want to show you what you would do. Oh, now it broke, so that's okay too. So much for using it again. I was trying to do my mother a favor. My mom likes to reuse everything, but I really don't want to be that person either. Let's just see. Look at that. I still even have a little piece left on it. Look, I have a little piece of sparkle. There. So that came off no problem. And sometimes I know that people just keep their washi tape on their dies so that they can use it again. I don't want to get it all gummed up and stuck, so I'm taking mine off. And personally, I don't use washi tape a whole lot. I find that I hold it in place, I clamp it down, and I don't usually have a problem. So, but you know what? You have to do whatever you're most comfortable with, what makes you happy. So here we go. Now let's take a look. I'm not going to open it yet. And we're just going to take this and pop it up underneath. And it's just a super simple, as far as, we're not adding a lot of bling or anything like that. You could. If you like bling, go for it. There. I'm lining up the edges, the straight edges with the straight edges of the, I'm even adding a third. Not really necessary, but what the heck, it's Christmas. But if you're in Europe, you don't want to do that because you're charged per weight, per gram. So here we go. I do love this die. See, I just put it down loosely because it wasn't centered. I'm trying to center it. Sometimes that just goes all on its own, and sometimes it's a real struggle. There, that's going to be good enough. There. All right, now let's take a look and see if it worked. It did. But you could see my pen lines. I'm not happy about that. I should have used a pencil. You think people are going to notice? I hope not. But now you know for me, do not use a pen. Here, we'll just show you this one because it's perfect. Anyway, I hope that you love this card. And I'm happy. Well, let's have a look and see which works better. Yeah, the reason they did 5 is that you've got a bit more of a regular, like on all sides. But if you want to write a little bit more, do 5 1/4. So whether you do 5 1/4 by 8 or 5 by 8, it looks great. Okay? Anyway, I love this card. I'm super happy with it and very happy to share with you. So once again, we used, you know what? I'm going to grab an envelope and stamp that last. I haven't stamped the wonderful Counselor Prince of Peace yet. It's just so nice. Okay, let's do that for a minute. Okay. I think I'm going to use shaded spruce. Tap, tap, tap. Look how nice that is. So happy with that. It really does put the meaning in Christmas. All right. Thank you for all your attention today. Thank you for joining me and supporting me, for being on my team, for being on my YouTube platform. Please spread the news. It's the last day today to get that starter kit. So if you haven't done so, get the best deal. Give yourself a Christmas present. All right. Take care, my friends. Bye.